Hello, hello. Welcome to Monologue Mondays with Marcus Woods. That's me. I'm Marcus Woods. I'm so happy to have you all here today. So many great things is going on. We're getting through October. We are getting through this month, and I'm excited about it. And I'm really excited. This is episode 18, and I'm really planning something really amazing for y'all. I know. I did like 2 seasons. Don't shoot me. We're going all the way to 21 episodes, but I got something really special at the end. I'm working on something, cooking up something good. But it doesn't matter. That's then. This is now, and we are here. So I am excited to have you all here. I got a few things I want to say to you all. Again, mentioned to you last week about monologues. Let's get these monologues in. Let's get them in. I want you to be great. I'm not telling you to get me monologues in just so I can hear monologues. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good monologue. I'll listen to anybody's performance. But I am saying this to you because I want you to have the opportunity to show your gift, to show your art, to express your gift and art to the world. And maybe, possibly, more likely than not, you might get booked on something. And so hit me up and send that in to OTW Productions 23. OTW Production, no S. OTW Production 23 at gmail.com. And send those monologues in. And also, if you have like a problem with getting your monologue, I and my team, we will write you a monologue just for you. We will cut that thing and edit that thing just for you. That's right. So we got them. Look, 30-second monologues, $25, and 60-second monologues are $35. And the 25-second ones comes with one rewrite. The 60-second ones come with 2 rewrites. And after that, they're $5 extra after that. So you need some help with some monologues? I'm your guy. I'm here to help you. Now, maybe you got an audition coming up, or maybe you just want to sharpen up the craft, or maybe you want to start doing monologues based on the characters you want to play, or maybe it's a branding thing for you. We will help you. We will edit that thing, cut that thing up, and write that thing and create that thing just for you. So please hit OTW Production 23 up at gmail.com, and we got you. Also keep in mind, myself, Marcus Woods, does one-on-one virtual training, and I got you. I promise you, anybody that's trained with me, I probably give them, well, they'll tell you, and I'm not just bragging, I'm only telling the truth. They'll tell you that I give them more than they expected for a fraction of the price of what people charge. And with the government shutdown, that might change soon. So while that price is the price, you got to hit me up in the email as well, and I'll let you know what's going on with that. I promise you, you won't even miss a week of coffee with the price that I got for you. So just keep that in mind. And also, we're about to jump into this. I'm excited about this. Audition traps. We're talking about audition traps, and I've ran into these audition traps in my own auditions, and I've seen people. I had the pleasure of being a casting director and help with casting on a film and a couple of plays. And so I know the audition traps. I know them. I experienced them. I've watched them. I've been on both sides of the world. So I want to talk about this. So do you know that most actors do not book something because they can't act? It's not because of the way they say the line. Sometimes it's they're in their heads. And that's one thing that I really wanted to talk about. Sometimes it don't even have nothing to do with the way you look, your performance. It's more so based off of what's going on up here and what's going on and how is that being expressed outwardly. So we're going to talk about a few things today. I do want to read some things to you so you'll know the importance of this is because sometimes outside of your headshot and resume, the next thing is an audition. So it's beyond important to know how to approach these auditions. Now, I had 7, but then I got to thinking about y'all, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give them 10 today. I'm going to give y'all 10. So lock in, share the live, let people know we're live. And if you comment the word trap, I will send you the list of what to go through before you go on an audition. But you have to comment the word trap. I'm going to go back. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see it. Everybody who commented trap on this live have to do it on the live. And if you do it on the live, I promise you, you will get a email or a DM or a message from me saying, and sending the 10 audition traps that you need to watch out for. But now, if you don't comment trap, don't get me. Now, look, I know if you did it on live, because we're going to check before I get off. Me and Peaches going to hit that comment section, and we're going to see if you really did what you said you was going to do. So this is important. So let's start with number 1. The first trap is very important. It's called performing for approval versus truth. Now, this is good. You go in looking to get that a boy, that a girl. You did a great job. Oh, wow, that was really amazing. You're trying to impress casting. You're trying to impress the director. And this even goes into after you book it. You don't, and you actually get on set. Don't walk in the room and just think like, oh, I'm about to perform and they're going to love me. They're going to love the way I said it. They're going to love the way I look when I say it. They're going to love that I'm doing it like this and saying it like that. No, we don't want approval. We don't need approval. We want truth. We want truth. So with that, with saying that, don't play like the actions. Okay, so figure out what does your character want. You want to be truthful. What does my character want? Where is y'all know these W's. If you've been acting for a while, you know these W's, the what, wins, where, who, why, those things. And they're basic, but we overlook them so much because people really honestly believe you don't have to do these things. And I'm not saying that you got to go and make a 100-page backstory, right, to this audition. I'm not saying that because you should do some type of backstory if it helps you make the character more believable to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you're doing a 100, 200-page backstory. You ain't going to remember half that stuff when you get ready to get on set. But just make a solid backstory, but nothing too crazy, okay? Don't go nuts. You done gave him 3 ex-girlfriend. Like, you're doing too much. You're just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? But what you want to do is you want to know what do I want as a character? What does my character want? Why does my character want what they want? If it may be a line or say something like, I don't believe you. Okay, what has happened to make your character suspicious about this character? So be truthful. Be truthful. You don't have to go in there and impress nobody. Because trust me, first of all, you don't know how many people they're about to see. And I guarantee, let's say if they see 100 people, 90 of them people are going to do it the same exact way. So they really looking for that 10. They already knowing that I'm about to see this thing the same way 90 times. And hoping for something amazing. So don't go in there like that. Don't go in there prepared. That does not mean don't learn your lines. It does not mean don't have them memorized. That does not mean that. But it means be truthful. Be truthful to the moment. Be truthful to what's really happening. I know I'm getting ahead of myself talking about the moment. But be truthful for that because you want to create. We talk about this, and now here I go, Peaches, jumping off script. Here I go. We talk about this all the time. We always be like, be in the moment. Be in the moment. But nobody talks about, and this now I'm touching into my acting class stuff. Nobody talks about how do we create the moment to even be in the moment. And this is the type of stuff you do. Be truthful. Be truthful because if you try to rehearse it a certain way and then you think you're going to get on set and that's exactly how you're going to do it, unless it's a fight scene or a choreographed scene or it's a scene that has to be timed perfectly because maybe a car's got to fly by when you say this scene or something has to blow up. Like, that's different. You rehearse those and you block those out. But you rehearse, if I keep telling people, rehearsal is the performance. And then the actual performance is just that all cleaned up and made something beautiful. So you practice at home, you perform at rehearsal. That's the performance. And then you go be truthful on stage or in front of that camera. And a lot of people don't understand that. And I get it. I seen this statement. Now I got to talk about it. I'm all over the place. But we're going to get back into going where we're going. I seen this statement about rehearsals on this post and in this film group that I'm in. And it said, a director said, I'm not really big on rehearsals, not a bunch of rehearsals. He said maybe 1 or 2 before we go up for take, but that's it. And people were kind of like disagreeing with him, like, you need to rehearse. You need to rehearse. And that's because a lot of people, especially in the Midwest, they start off with stage plays. And so they feel like you got to have 6 to 10 rehearsals before you go on set. And there's nothing wrong with that now because there's rehearsals and then there's chemistry building. Some people think that chemistry reads and chemistry building is rehearsal. No, rehearsal is rehearsal. Rehearsal is rehearsal. Chemistry is what you do. You can do it at rehearsal, but that's the kind of stuff you got to do outside of rehearsal too. You got to, okay, let me get to know this person, especially if you have to be intimate with them or anything like that. You want them to feel comfortable. And I tell people this all the time. You don't have to go on 100 dates with somebody just to get comfortable with them before you shoot. Simple conversation every time y'all talk is fine to build chemistry. and then to understand how they want to bring the character to life, how you want to bring the character to life, then you collaborate and you make something beautiful when it's time to go on stage, or on set, or on stage. So it's real simple. Now, let's go back. So, boom. We talking about this, and they say they don't really need it. They say even celebrities rehearse. Let me tell you something. I've been on set with celebrities, okay? I don't like to what people may say beat a dead horse, but I know a lot of people haven't done with some of the things that I've done. So when I'm on set with Gabby Sidibe. I'm on set with Joy Brunson, who's an amazing actress. Y'all look up, I told y'all that before. Look up Joy. She's an amazing actress. The only rehearsal we had was when we came out of our trailers to set. Hear what I'm telling you. To set. And we briefly went over the lines. We didn't sit there and go over it for an hour. We briefly went over the lines. Director said, okay, sit here, go there, do this, and that's it. And the rest you got to figure out on your own. It's a reason they get paid that much, because they're great at what they do. Scratch that. We're great at what we do. And so so you have to learn that. And it's on the fly. So sometimes you have to learn how to build chemistry quick. You got to learn how to be truthful quick. So how do I learn how to be truthful so quick, Marcus? I'm telling you how. You have to learn, I'm getting ahead of myself, but take past experiences and bring it into this. Create the moment. Create the moment. How do I create the moment? Okay, this is what I just said. The what, the when, the where, the why, the how, the who, all of that stuff. What happened before your character showed up to this scene? Even if it's day one and you start and you get the blessing of on day one filming the first scene on day one. What happened prior to this character? Who was this person before they got here? Who is this person across from them? Well, Marcus, they're the reader. They're not even the character. Oh my goodness. If you don't stop it. And I got something for that. When you got to read with other readers who are not as enthusiastic about reading with you, I got something for that too. But to fix that, you got to figure out, what does your character want? Who are they? Where are they coming from? And when I say what do they want, that's overall. We talked about this before. Overall, what does your character want through the whole movie? And then scene by scene, what does the character want? Overall, they may want to save the world. From scene to scene, how do they go about trying to save the world? What objectives are in their way? What's stopping them? What's holding them back? Why haven't they just gone ho for it? Maybe if they're a superhero and they use all their power, they may implode. So they have to be careful about how they use their power. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you figure it out as you go, but you don't figure that out until you figure out what the character wants. Boom, we're keeping it moving. Number 2, it says over prepping the wrong way. This is so good. Over prepping the wrong way. You lock in on certain choices, right? So you'll say to yourself, I'm going to do these choices, and you don't want to remove yourself from those choices. Come on. Y'all, look, okay, I got something for y'all. Real good. Let me tell you, when you do this, you get stuck. You literally get stuck, and you feel like, well, this is the way I practice it. This is the way it has to be. Well, that director who hired you, and that casting director who hired you, and that writer who heard you read their stuff and said you were amazing, they like, And then guess what? It could be like that. Let's say right before they love your audition, is great, and boom, but you get to set and they're like, you know what, we're changing the tone today. Oh, well, that's not how I rehearsed it. I'm telling you, I've seen people get fired. And they do it so graciously. Like, it's so graceful. What happens is you'll come to set and you'll film your day one, and you'll go back and forth about why you think this is the way you think it should be, blah, blah, blah. Because you got to remember, filming as an actor, especially with other people on set, directors, everybody, it's a collaborative experience. So everybody's collaborating. Yes, you can suggest things, and sometimes the director will take your suggestions and vice versa. But they'll let you film your whole day. And then tomorrow when I come back to set, I'm like, man, where'd Susie go? Meet Jennifer. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Jennifer. And Jennifer, we're going to redo the scene from yesterday, and Jennifer will be here. I'm telling you. And there's ways to say, like, this is how James Gunn and the guy who plays the new Superman, there was a clip on Instagram where he felt like Superman should have said something a certain way. And James Gunn, being a director, he was saying, no, it's simple. And they weren't arguing, but they both were very passionate about what they said. But then James Gunn said something to him along the lines of, it's simple, it's just a human choice. Superman is human. And he was like, I got it. But they were able to collaborate. Now, if you can't collab with somebody, it's a co-op experience. If you can't do that with them, then yeah, they're gonna move you. So you can suggest things, but however, sometimes they want what they want. And so you got to be able to adjust. You got to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna pivot with you. And then I said this to somebody on my live. Now I might get in trouble with my manager, but here we go. I said, when you're doing an audition and they ask for something different, like maybe they'll say, can you do something different? To defeat that, do 2 takes. Give them exactly what they want. And then the second one, let it be something like, I'm about to add my own little flair to this one and send it in. Do 2 takes. Do 2 takes. Okay. Let's keep moving. I don't want y'all to think I'm not ready and prepared for y'all. Let's go. Number 3. Did I tell y'all how to fix that problem? No, I got to tell you how to fix it. Know your lines. Let me tell you how to fix that for number over-perping the wrong way. Know your lines, but more important, know your intentions. Stay flexible and alive. Intentions. Everybody knows the words, but what's the intent? What's the intent behind the words? What do they want? What is their goal? What does your character really need? The intention. Okay. Number 3. This one gets me every time. And you see it on a regular so much, and it's like everybody thinks it's good acting because they do it. Playing the emotion and not the objective. I cannot stand when people be like, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be scared. Don't play the emotion, because that ain't real life. A lot of times when we're scared and we know we're scared, we still trying to hide it a certain amount of a little bit. We don't want everybody to know how scared we are. Even if whatever is scaring you is right in front of you, or whoever is scaring you is right in front of you, you still don't want them to know how scared you are. You think about it. Even when a kid is getting bullied, you know what I mean? They don't cower right away all the time. Sometimes they be like, what am I gonna do? I know I'm scared, but it's almost like facing a lion, right? They tell you this. When you eye to eye with a lion or a bear or something, like, no, don't run. If you run, it's gonna chase you. You know what I'm saying? It's true, but it's a lion and a bear. My Lord. But never had the experience, because you ain't gonna catch me playing with the lions and the bears play. And I ain't talking about football. You ain't gonna catch me in the jungle and the woods doing too much of nothing crazy. So, but however, they tell you don't run because you can't show fear. At least not in that way. And so it's the same thing. We don't want to see you playing the fear. We just want to see you be afraid. We just want to see it happening. Like, we want to see it. Let me tell you. Okay, here we go. Because I don't think I want to make sure I'm making this straight. So don't go straight for angry or sad or happy. Don't just do that. Instead, play what the character wants. Here we go again. One of the definitions of somebody that's courageous or brave is not that they're not afraid or scared. They just do it afraid or scared. That's when a brave person is. So it's the same thing with figure out what your character wants. Maybe it ain't time for your character to show that fear. Or what is your character afraid of? That will make you play the fear better when you know what they're actually afraid of. That's the thing people don't really talk about. They'll just tell you, you're upset. You ain't never been mad before? Well, yeah, I can yell right now and blow Peach's ears out the water. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. I can be, but that's not always what angry or being mad is. Sometimes there are levels to being angry. There are levels to being sad. There are levels to being happy. Everybody doesn't express it the same way. And then it also depends on the situation. What's going on with their character? What's the situation to make them mad, to make them upset? I'm trying to help you, because I'm telling you, auditions are coming, and they're coming good with low budget films and indie films and all this good stuff. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of bigger things coming down the pipe, and you want to be prepared. You don't want to be talking about what am I supposed to do before this audition? You could have been watching Monologue Mondays at 6:00, or you can go back and watch all 17, about to be 18 posted videos and get all this information. Get all this information out. When I was live Monday, and we're going to get right back to this, I promise you. When I was live on Monday, not Monday, I'm sorry, I think it was Friday evening. When I went live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. And I had a gentleman come in there, a good friend, a good actor of mine, and he was saying, man, I get scared in auditions. I don't know what to do. I said, bro, If you don't go to my YouTube and watch, I give out free information. I'm giving you free information that I've been told by countless of people that this is worth some money, and you just be spewing it. But again, it's because it's on my heart to do. It's something that God put on my heart, and it's something that I'm going to continue to do because I also feel like some people just don't know. And then there's others who know and they need to be reminded. And then, you give back. It's my 10%. In church they give you 10%. It's my 10%. I'm giving my 10% back. And just because I love that, I like watching people grow. And I learn the more I do this, the more I learn and sharpen my memory too. Okay, back here. So here's how we fix this. Identify what your character is fighting for. Emotions will naturally flow. I was taught in an acting class years ago that to conceal it is to reveal it. So whenever, think about, we're going to use the emotion of being sad when you lost a loved one. And let's say the funeral is, you're at the repast, right? The family, the people are there, family, friends, everybody's eating. And you see all these people. You know how it is at a repast. Some people are mourning, and some people are just laughing and cackling on like life goes on, which it does. And you're not mad at those people, but you just lost somebody that you love. You just put somebody you love in the dirt, and you're going through all this stuff. And the last thing you want, you are sad, but you holding it together. Last thing you want is somebody to come rub your back. Baby, you okay? Now I'm fighting these tears. Oh, God, yeah, I'm okay. You sure, baby? Because I know how much they meant to you. Like, if you don't move away with these words, if you don't just hug me and tell me you're praying for me and keep on moving, but you know what I'm saying? But the more you try to conceal something, that's when it's revealed. The more you try to conceal angry, instead of just blurting out anger, you're holding it in and you can see it boiling in your body and your mind and your thoughts and your eyes because we can read everything you're doing. And then it comes out and it's something and it's crazy. Conceal it. You ain't got to show people that you mad right away just because this line say he's mad here. It just depends on what level of mad or angry or sad or hurt or depressed or whatever that emotion is. It depends on what level they're at and what's the situation. Because what if they are a hitman and somebody comes in to another hitman is hired to kill them in front of their kids, but their kids don't even know that their parent is a hitman. So now he got to play it cool because I can't show my kid this is what I do. I got to figure out how to get them out the way safely and handle this business. So you ain't going to just go. You get what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? So yeah, if you understand what I'm saying, put it in the comments. And we're going to check them in a little bit. But so emotions will naturally flow if you just don't worry about playing the emotion. Just play what the character wants and what the objectives are. Number 4. Here we go. Needing validation from the room. And this part is where, it can get kind of tricky. You want to win the room, but you don't need the room. You want to win the room, but you don't need the room. Here I go with my little motivation. I put up on my TikTok, which is I am Marcus Woods, just like my Instagram. Y'all go follow me. Maybe I can do stuff on TikTok. I put on there, you got to know that you were great before you knew you had a gift. You were great before God revealed to you, or you went through life and you found out you was really good at something. You were great before then. All that gift does, this gift of acting, I don't know, police officer, whatever, all that stuff does, it enhances your greatness. That's it. That's all it does. And you just get really good at it. And your gifts will open up rooms and open up doors and get you in there. So your gift will make room for you, as they say. And so, but you were great before then. You're going to be great after that. You're great during it. What do you mean? Let's bring it back to acting. You're great before you got the audition. You're great when you're doing the audition. And if you book it or don't book it, you're still great. You don't need the room. You want to win the room. You want to walk in confident. You want to walk in saying, I'm a prepared professional actor, and I'm coming in here to solve y'all problems today. That's how you should be walking in the room. You don't want to walk in the room and say, I really need this job. I never say that, Marcus. Oh, your face said it when you walked in. Your whole energy and vibe when you walked in, it's like, oh, they desperate. And don't nobody want to work with nobody that desperate. I'm serious. And you be careful about being desperate, because desperate ends you up on these casting couches. I'm just saying. I heard Omar Gooden talking about it on Instagram today. He was being interviewed. He was like, the casting couch is real. He said, yeah. He said some people desperate enough to get on there? Clifton Powell said the same thing. He said some people are just desperate enough to do it. He said, not me. He said, I ain't doing nothing sexual. He said, I'll go get a job before you make me do something sexual for a role. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling y'all, desperation have had you doing stuff just to get it. You get what I'm saying? So you be careful. You be careful with that stuff. So let's keep reading. So I got some stuff for y'all. So here we go. You're reading the casting director's face and hoping for approval. I used to do this when I filmed a lot, and I'm going to show y'all by looking into this camera. And I used to do it with the camera and the director too. I'll be like, no, let's just say my scene partner is right here, right? And so I'm talking to my scene partner, but my director is right here. I'm talking to my scene partner. I'm going, no, you can't have my money. No, you're wrong. And I remember that especially my first like bigger thing I did. They kept cutting. They said, Marcus, could you stop looking at the camera? But I didn't even know I was doing it. But I was looking for his approval. Like, you like what I said? You like the way I said it? Like, no, don't do that. Some of us do that when we walk into the room, and it makes us lose the opportunities. We lose it because they like, oh, first of all, they say you green. You don't know what you're doing. And then two, they're like, you're too desperate. You need my validation. You need me to tell you that you're a great actor. And I'm hoping you know that you're a great actor and you come in here and give me the best performance that you can give me. Because that's what casting wants. We talked about this last week. Casting wants you to solve their problems. They don't send out for 500 people that look like you to come in and audition to say, man, I really, really hope we get to sit here and watch all 500 people and have to do it again tomorrow. They don't do that. They saying out of that 500, I hope 50 of them are ready. And I hope out of that 50, 5 of them is going to give us the best performance of our life. And if we're lucky, 250 of them going to give us the best performance. And now we got to pick from that 250. But guess what? Let's just say we pick 2 out of that 250. We have 248 other actors who are really great at what they do. And now we don't have to hold another audition. We can just call them when we got something else going on. They really want you to answer their problems. And then you got people that are casting directors. So you don't know this about casting directors. They need their job like you need your job. They want a job like you want a job. And guess what? Most of them are new in the room too. So they want to be the one that found the next big thing. They're looking for you. I'm just telling you what I know. So don't look for their approval. How we fix that? Stay in your character's world. This is why it's important. Going back to number 1, to know the who, the what, the why, the where, because now when all that nervousness tries to kick in, you ain't even got to worry. I don't even got to worry about being Marcus. I could be whoever the character is and stay in that character's world and live in that character's world. And I don't even care if you want my approval or not, because this is right now is what my character is going through until the end of this scene. And at the end of this scene, you can then tell me I loved it, or they can say thank you for your time, or they can say, can you do it another way? And I'm really working for, can you do it another way? I ain't even working for they love it off rip. I want to show you what else I got if you allow me to. So, boom. So that's how you fix it. You stay in the character's world. Once you walk into that room, you stay into that character world, or when you turn on that camera, because some of us are self-taping still. It's your scene. It belongs to you. It ain't even no longer theirs. They send it to you. It's yours now. So you work it how you want to work it. They gave you a canvas and they gave you paint and they gave you a brush and they said, it's yours. Show us what you got. So you work it just that way. Here we go. That was number 4. Number 5. Here we go. Ignoring the reader. Y'all, you can't. I don't care if the reader, first of all, I don't care if you walk in the room and you're supposed to be reading and the scene is you and a woman. But when you walk in the room, the reader is a man. And that man is reading the woman's lines, you can't be like, this is going to throw me off. Look, it just so happened that's who they hired to read today. You just got to read. Now, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, if it say, go kiss him and all that, hey, if that ain't your thing, you ain't got to do it, you ain't got to go do all that. And 9 times out of 10, don't. It's rare occasions where you can break that threshold and go over across the table and get in the casting in the reader's face and really deliver the line. But I'm telling you right now, that table is a barrier. It's there for a reason. When you on the other side and they on the other side of that table, it ain't for you to come over there in their space. A lot of them are germaphobes. A lot of them are allergic to certain perfumes and colognes, so they need that space. Yeah, it's just stuff that people don't tell us, and it bothers me that we don't know these things. So that don't do nothing extra. Just read with the reader, okay? But you can't ignore the reader. The reader is also a human being. So you can't just, if your reader is to my right, your left on the camera, and they're over here, then I have to acknowledge the reader, unless they say your reader is over here, but read straight to camera, deliver straight to camera. Then I'm gonna deliver straight to camera. But 9 times out of 10, they got the camera set where it can see me and my profile, so I can kind of look at the reader too, and it still makes me look centered. It's okay. That's how you even audition. You never want to look straight down the pipe when you audition, unless it's for a commercial or unless they say look directly into the camera. Other than that, you do want to look slightly off. You don't want to be turned all the way over here. You want to look slightly off. And that's okay. And know your eye line. This is not even in my notes, but I'm helping us here. Know your eye lines, right? If I'm sitting down and the person's supposed to be sitting down with me, I should be looking here at them in this camera. Right? We can directly here or around here. Maybe if they say directly to camera, but if not, and I'm still here, my eye lines still shouldn't shift from where it is right here. Maybe here is fine. I can turn my head slightly. Even if you have to address 2 people, put one here, put one there. That's fine. It's a good eye line. Don't make them tall unless you're reading for a Marvel movie and you're talking to the Hulk. Then you can make them tall. That's when it makes sense. But other than that, no, don't do that. So eye line, that was a bonus tip. That wasn't even in there. But so here we go. Don't ignore the reader. Here we go. You treat the reader like a prop and not a real person. The reader is not a lamp. The reader is not a tree. The reader has lungs and a heart and it beats. So you have to treat them like a human being. This is how we fix this. Listen and respond truthfully. Treat them as your scene partner, even if they're monotone. Sometimes readers are not actors. They just got hired to read. 9 times out of 10, they got hired to read and press record on the camera. That's their only job. And then hit end record for the next person to come in and hit record again. That's usually their only job. So a lot of times they're not actors. So don't walk in there thinking, I'm finna give a Denzel Washington performance, and when I walk in and I see her, she better give me that Viola Davis energy, and she don't, because she not Viola Davis. Her name is Sarah from around the way, and Sarah said, I just need to pay my bills. I'll be a reader. So that's not your job. You still have to listen to what Sarah is saying, or Sam, or whoever they are. You got to listen to what they're saying, and you have to respond truthfully. So that goes back to, see how these tips work together? That goes back to that you still have to be truthful and you have to be honest a couple of steps before. So you have to respond truthfully, even if she's not giving you everything that you rehearsed. Don't get stuck in your rehearsal. Don't get stuck in the way you want to give it. Just get stuck in being real and being true to the moment, okay? So even if they're monotone, still give the energy that you're supposed to give, because they're not auditioning them, they're auditioning you, okay? But treat them like a real scene partner and listen. I'm going to do a whole thing on listening, because you making me laugh, Peach. Because actors just say something. Like if I say the line is supposed to be there goes a horse, but I say there goes a zebra, and the director did not yell cut. It is not your job as an actor to say you're supposed to say horse. And it's also not your job to say, if I say there goes a zebra, you be like, yes, that is that horse. You say zebra too. You don't say horse. Because that lets me know you're not really listening to me. You just want to respond I got to say my line the way I said it up here. I got to say it that way. Now, if the director say cut and he don't like it, he'll correct us and he'll say, or Scripty, who checks the lines and certain lines that you have to say, they'll say you were supposed to say this. Make sure you say this on the next day. That's their job. Our job is to stay in the moment. That is it. That is it. If I say we got to get out of here, you got to say, yeah, we do got to get out of here. But you're supposed to say run. If you don't run when I run, and vice versa, I can't do you like that. If you say something that's off, unless it's something specific that we have to say. But the only way we going to know that is we listen and we respond truthfully and we respond within the moment. Now, I ain't talking about just being off book and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's going on. You don't know the scene. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like actually listening to each other and having real moments. Real moments. Okay. How do we fix this? Listen. Listen and respond truthfully. Treat them. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. That means we do listen. This is how we fix it. You waste time adjusting, like trying to adjust and make people adjust to you. You cannot do that. That won't work. That you'll mess yourself up. So don't do that. Just be in the moment. Lock in so to the point to where if you're listening so good to the other person to where you're so in the worlds of these characters where it really don't matter. As long as y'all getting the message across, the point across, y'all getting to point A to point B properly, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. So that's how we fix that. Here we go. Taking too long to start. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna say this because I was a part of a cast and this happened. And we told it was three of us. It was three of us sitting on the other side of the table, and the actor came up, and they were like, we said, "What's your name?" His name, their height, what the role they was reading for, all that good stuff. They did their slate, and we said, "When you're ready." No exaggeration. They said, "Okay, watch me now." This is what they did. They said, "Okay." Right there. That little 10 seconds was too long or quiet. But no lie, I was timing it. This went on for a whole minute. And we just sitting there like. And their eyes was closed, so they can't see us. And we looking at each other like, what do we do? I don't. And so the person next to me was like, I'm about to say, are you okay? I'm about to ask them, are they okay? Are you okay? And then finally, they started. Maybe after like a minute and 15 seconds of silence. And then after they got done, we said, because we were just happened to be a more lenient group of casting, we said, next time, go right into it. Oh, I was trying to work up some tears. Goes back to don't play the emotion. Don't play the emotion. Just because you're supposed to cry doesn't mean we need to see the cry. We just want to feel you're sad, or we want to feel whatever's bringing up that tearful moment. We don't need you to cry to make us cry. Don't play the emotion, and please don't take too long to start. Okay, let me read this for you. You waste time adjusting your chair, fixing your hair, or asking unnecessary questions. Don't go in there wasting their time. I just told you they got to see 500 people today. They got to watch 500 self-tapes today. They don't want nobody in there wasting their time. They want people who's going to come in, they're going to come in serious, they're going to come in ready, and they're going to come in and get right to work. When I go into auditions outside of saying my name, I'm prepared to just, when they be like, whenever you're ready, that'd be my favorite part. Because I don't like small talk anyway. I don't like a lot of small talk with people I don't know. So let's get right into this thing, what I came here for. But you don't want to waste your time asking questions like, should the character be standing or sitting? First thing they gonna say is, oh, you ain't make no choice, so you in here wasting our time already. That's what they gonna say. Should the character have an accent or no accent? I'm telling you, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. And now you can ask simple questions like, can I walk from here to there? They'll say yeah, like that. Or or if you could say something like, I want to start sitting, and they'll say, okay, that's fine. But that shows confidence that you've made choices and this is what you want to do when you walk in the room. But you get in there asking questions and all that stuff. This is my key. Talk to them when they talk to you. I'm telling you, it'll save your life. And when I say save your life, you won't be embarrassed. Look, I come in, hey, how you doing? How you doing? My name is Marcus Woods. I'm 5'10", from such and such, and I'm reading for such and such role. Okay, thank you. How was your day, Marcus? Oh, my day was good. I'd be shocked. Like, oh, my day was good. You want to know? Okay, my day was good. But if they don't say nothing else, but when you ready, yeah. And then trust me, they're going to say at the end of that audition, or maybe before, they'll ask you, say, you got any questions for us? And just because they ask, don't mean you got to have one. Don't mean you always got to just have a question. You know what I'm saying? That could just be, polite banter. They just being polite, just being kind. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time for you to have a genuine question and they ask, you'll be able to ask your question. But let me tell you what you don't want to ask. Can I do it? Can I do it again? Look. If they don't say, can you do another one? Just go on. But I messed up. But Marcus, you don't know what I messed up. Now you can. Now understand. There's a certain way to do things. You can do it with a level of confidence. Let's say you start the line and you say, oh, there she is right there. Let's just say that's the line, right? There she is right there. And you draw a blank. Now, there's two ways to play this, but you got to be careful with the second way. The first way is they think that you took a beat. They think that you made a creative choice to pause. They don't know that you forgot your lines because you haven't showed anything on your face or you have not said, I forgot my line yet. So you're still in control. This is where if you know the character's worlds, you know what the characters want, you know what they want from the scene, all that stuff comes in handy and you can work your way to the end of the scene. Boom, I'm telling you, your line will come back to you. Even the greatest people forget lines sometimes. You're all right. That don't mean you lost. The second way is confidently asking, not arrogantly, confidently saying, may I please start that over? Go ahead. Now, don't you ask to start over again after you already asked to start over again. You shouldn't be starting over 3 times. If they even give you a third time, you blessed. But don't do that. So you can confidently start over again. But when you start over again, you start confident. You start as confident as you asked to start over again, and you come in strong. Even if you forget that line, go to the next one. Just keep moving on, because that really they want to see how your composure. Didn't we talk about composure last week? They want to see your composure. Tearing this mic up today. We want to see your composure. You know what I'm saying? So just keep your composure, be confident. But there's nothing wrong with asking like that. But they don't know. Usually when you take a beat or you forget a line, use it as a beat. You know what you know the beginning, you know the end. You might have got a couple words, but just get there. You know how many auditions I've been on and then I skipped 2-3 lines and booked it? It's because it's not about really the words. It's about does he believe the moment? Is he in the moment? And can he carry this moment to the end? That's all they want. Okay, so how do we fix starting too long and all that good stuff? So here we go. Breathe. It's taking too long to start. I'm sorry. Breathe and lock in. When they say, whenever you're ready, think to yourself, I got about 3 to 5 seconds to bring myself together. That's why it's important to know who your character is before you walk in that room, before you walk into that self-tape area and get in front of that camera. You have to know who you are. Take that 3 to 5 seconds. And well, if it's a self-tape, you got time. You got time. You don't want to be there all day, but you should prep yourself. You got time. But if it's in person, take you about 3 to 5 seconds. Settle yourself. Close your eyes. Open your eyes and go right into it. That you could breathe, okay, and lock in. Get your mind on what you're doing. My dad said this to me all the time. He would say, and he learned this from his mentor and a pastor that was in his life. And he said, he asked my dad to go do something. And my dad went to go do something, and then he forgot something else. But he forgot what he was supposed to really be doing, going to do something else. And he said, son, he was older than my dad. He said, son, get your mind on what you're doing. Get your mind on what you're doing. I don't care who's in the room. Sometimes you're going to get auditions, and it's going to be your favorite actor or somebody you just saw on TV yesterday going up for the same role as you. That ain't no time for you to be like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's Kerry Washington. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. When I'm done with this, I'm going to get her autograph. Hey, she at work like you at work. She here like you here. Y'all both, you don't need her autograph? Speak and keep moving. And speak after your audition if speaking to her going to throw you off. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't lose your mind talking about some, there it is, Michael B. Jordan. That's Creed himself. Creed. Get yourself together. Get yourself, lock in. You do what you got to do. When I go on auditions, I don't do a lot of talking. I don't care if it's people that I know. Yeah, you just going to think I'm mean. I had this one actor coming to this audition a few years back. We both were in. I knew him, and we cool. Not going to say their name, but we cool. And they came in loud, boisterous, like, yeah. Woods, what's up, Woods? And I ain't go, what up, what up? I just said, how you doing, man? You all right? And I know they probably thought, who he think he is? I ain't got time to be putting energy on you, and I'm going to see you out here when I get done, or I'm going to see you later on in the week. I'm locked in. I'm at work. And the beautiful thing is, it ain't that work because it's something I get to do that I love. And somebody wants to see me. Somebody wants to see my expression of the character that they wrote and the scene that they potentially want to hire me. I'm here to book this job, or at least win the room. I ain't got time to be playing with you. And I'm going to see you clowning later. I ain't got time to be playing with you. So lock in. The next thing is and start living the scene immediately. Learn how to get into that moment, into that scene immediately. Feel if the scene is outside and the wind is supposed to be blowing, feel the wind blowing. Now that don't mean you got to go wobbling through this. Don't do extra stuff. But I'm just saying, just feel the wind. Feel what you wear what you think the closest to what the character will wear in that scene. Start thinking about what that character is thinking about. Get in the moment right away. That's how you fix that. Okay, here we go. Number 7, forgetting about the camera. So sometimes in a self-tape and in person, because sometimes they record in person too. A lot of times they record in person. You have like how I'm on screen now. Like I got plenty of space because it's a different setup, right? I got all this room. But do that again. So that other angle that you was just on, one more time, was a little closer. This one, right? There it is. So no, we're good. This is my hands are out. That's too far out. This is all the space I got right here. So I have to work. Oh, right here. This is all. So I have to work this right here. This is all I got. But this is good because it's from chest up. So I got plenty of room. But that's all I got. So that means that I cannot start my audition talking about some. Hey, what's up? I'm out of frame. You can't. You out of frame. You got to remember there's a camera watching you. So you can't do that. I'm telling you. First thing Cass is gonna say is you green. They're gonna say you're not ready. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm trying to help you because I really feel like, especially the people who watch this consistently, who go watch it on YouTube consistently, I feel like you're gonna start getting some more auditions coming in here really soon. And it won't just be where you from. It's gonna be from out of state, in state, all over the world. I really believe that. But I don't want you to walk in that room unprepared. So hear what I'm saying. There's a camera. Here, all these steps. Listen to all these steps, but there's a camera there. Make sure that you're playing to the camera, make sure that you're in there. And a lot of times as actors, especially after you've done a couple auditions, you kind of got a feel of how much space you got. It's almost like a invisible wall that lets you know, okay, I can't go over there. I can't look too far up. I can't do it. It's like you kind of get a feel of it. Well, Marcus, I don't go on no auditions. Don't you got a camera? Don't you got a camera? Don't you got a favorite movie or 4? And you got a favorite scene from that movie? Why you not practicing? Don't tell me you can't afford no acting class when I just said, don't you got a phone and that you can set up and do? Come on. We got to cut out the excuses because the higher you go in this, the less excuses you got to have. And you got to stop letting your excuses hinder you from growing, okay? So let me read some more. So how do we fix this problem? Because we just talked about eyeline. I just showed y'all how to fix your eyeline. Practice self-tapes. Wow. It's like I'm echoing myself. Practice self-tapes with frame awareness. Know where your camera and your partner is. Know where your camera and whoever you're reading with. Sometimes I read with my brother, and when we first started doing it, he was all over the place. He's standing in front of the camera. I said, bro, they auditioning me, not the back of your head. Can you swing? Can you swing over real quick? And I had to teach him, and then but I had to work my eye line because he's a little shorter than me, so I had to work my eye line to where he looks like we're eye level. So practice this daily, and I promise you this will help you so much. And connect with purpose. Now, I don't talk much about connecting, but when I say connect, be human. Make sure that even though there's a camera there, and you may be self-taping, or you may be doing a monologue by yourself, or you may have a reader, or you may be in person, whatever, you still want them to feel the human side of this character. Because when people go to the movies, they want to go watch somebody else's life. They want to watch another human being go through something and come out of something. So, and see if they're going to win or lose. So that's why we go to the movies. We want to have a different experience and relate in some sort of way. No matter what the movie's about, you want to relate in some type of way. So make sure you're connecting. Here we go. Number 8. I think I'm only going to give y'all 8. We'll see how I feel. Number 8. Overthinking the audition. I'm going to read it. You replay every moment after you finish judging yourself. Now, this is good. I heard Michael B. Jordan do this, and when I heard that he did, I thought it was so cool because I do it too. If it's a co-read and I get sides, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll tell you to put the sides back on the table so the other actors can use it, or they'll let you just take the sides with you. So you're doing a co-read. When I get done with that co-read, before I leave that building, not just the room, because I don't want to ball up their paper in front of them and throw it away somewhere. Before I leave that building, though, I'm throwing those sides away. That's my way of saying I'm not judging you. What happened in that room happened. What happened on that self-tape after you hit send and you looked at it, you edited it, you did your best. That's what happened. Do not beat yourself up. All day you could be like, man, I should have did this or I should have did that. And then check this out. It was a commercial that they was singing and dancing. I'm gonna post it one day that I had to do. And it was so crazy. I was like, I don't dance and or sing, but I'm gonna do the audition because they sent it to me. And it was for one of those like medicines that you can't name. They got a long name, you can't say it. And I remember doing the audition and I was like, this looks dumb. I feel stupid. And I said, I'm gonna do it again. I did it to best ability and I sent it in. I laugh at it now. And I sent it in, and I was with my dad, and he was barbecuing, and we came back in, and the TV came on, and I heard the music. I was like, "Is that the commercial I auditioned for?" I heard it on TV, and immediately I saw, and a woman booked it, and I was like, "Dang, was I so bad? I made them change the gender." and when the commercial came on, I mean, I was singing along because I knew it. I knew the song. They sent you the melody, and they even sent you a guy doing the routine so you can practice the routine and then self-tape it. And I kept thinking to myself, I was like, man, I should have did what she did. I was going through all this stuff in my head, and then I had to simply tell myself, hey, man, it was for her. That role was for her. She got it. She did what she had to do. Only part I was mad about was she wasn't singing. She only had to dance. Now, I would have been all right, I think, if I only had to dance. But she didn't have to do the singing. She just did dance. But I was just saying, so I had to, even if you don't book it and you look up on TV and somebody's doing it, don't judge yourself. You don't know what happened from the time you hit send to the time they got the very last audition to where they went through all those people's self-tapes and said, you know what, we're going to give it to this person. It could be, creatively, they probably thought a woman probably looks better doing this. I don't know. It could have been between 3 guys and 3 girls. And you don't know. It could have been her hair color. It could have been her height. It could have been her ethnicity. We don't know. And we probably will never know. So don't judge yourself like that. Give yourself grace. You gave the best performance you can give. The only thing you got to worry about is the next time an opportunity comes, give your best again and do it better if you can. That's it. Stop beating yourself up because you're not booking it. There's so many people that we love and watch on TV. Just like I can't think of the actor's name right now, but he played Commissioner Gordon. Is it Commissioner Gordon? No, he plays the Daily Bugle guy on Spider-Man, and he also does "We Are Farmers." Bum, 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 bum. That guy. So he's a great actor. But they said it took him 20 years of doing little parts here on TV and not booking and doing little things here and there to finally book something where he finally broke out. Y'all, that took 20 years. We think he just popped up and been here. He's been working forever. Jesse McCartney, we love her, but we didn't know who she was until Bridesmaids came out. You know I hate saying the word heavy set, but that lady, she was funny in it, but nobody knew her name. But she had been acting for years. Sometimes stuff just takes time. It just takes time. Well, I'm older now. Stop it. I always tell people about the lady in Black Panther. She was 90. She was 90 in book Black Panther. Stop it. You're never too old. You can rest. You can restart. You can reevaluate. You can even adjust and readjust, but you cannot quit. Because if you quit, you'll never know. You'll never know. So stop saying, well, stop. You're overthinking too much. Just let things be what they are, and you just get better. I've seen Shantae had posted, y'all go buy Shantae DeLonge's book. I don't have it with me today, but ACT. Y'all go buy it. It's a great book for actors to help them really get into character. But she posted about Denzel Washington saying how he was talking about how natural talent only takes you so far. If you're just saying because I look good and I'm kind of good at this acting thing, I naturally can do it, and that's it, you're gonna fall short. Because natural talent only takes you so far. You still have to hone that talent. You still have to work that craft. You have to do that. He gave the perfect example about playing sports. I think he said he was playing baseball, and this other guy, he was really good. He hit the ball really far. And Denzel was talking to his coach. He was like, man, I don't hit the ball How he hit the ball. He said, yeah, but you do all the fundamentals good. You do this good. You do that good. You're better than him here. Because he had all the fundamentals, and that helped him become a better baseball player. But his moral of the story was, you could be really good at acting, but you think really good gonna keep you and make you great? No. You gotta hone your craft. So don't get to overthinking because you ain't booking. Maybe you just gotta work on your craft a little more. That's all. I heard this motivational speaker say this. He said, if you work a job, he said you'll make money. He said, but if you work on yourself, he said you'll make a fortune. And so work on you in the craft. Like get you together, and then you'll be wealthy in this. You'll be successful in this, and it'll be success according to you, not according to your counterparts or your colleagues. It'll be success the way that you want to have success. Okay. So how do we fix not judging ourselves? I'm gonna say something that I got here, but I just thought about something else that I'm gonna say to you for free. So once it's done, it's done. I throw it in the trash. Leave it in the room. Mentally, maybe you don't have nothing physically to throw away. Leave it all in the room. Here we go. Book the room, not the job. Book the room, not the job. Meaning, leave up out of that room that you made such an impression. Even if they say, man, they're not right for this, but we got to get them in something. We got to put them in something to where they'll remember you later. I said this to y'all. Well, maybe I didn't. I said it on my live. I'm going to say it to you now. Here on Monologue Mondays. I work with a great actor by the name of Vince. He's a playwright and actor named Vince Rutley. Shout out to all the Rutleys. I did his play. I was doing another play. And then while I was doing that play, and at that point I had never met Vince. Somebody told Vince about me and said, Marcus Woods can do this play. This was years, I think like 2010 or something like 11, something like that. It was 2010. Because I had just got back from Cannes, France, and I landed, and I was like, man, I was so inspired. I was like, I'm ready to act. I seen all the actors at the red carpet in Cannes, and I was like, or Cannes is what they call it. But I was just like, oh, I'm going to be the best actor in the world. So I was ready to do anybody's anything, anybody's stage play, anybody's anything. And I was so fired up. And somebody told him about me. And he said, Marcus can learn these lines. He said, we only got 2 weeks. He said, I believe Marcus could do it. So they reached out to me, asked me to come to it. I came to one rehearsal. I remember getting the script that day, and I did it, and I looked at it real quick, and I did the scene. It was me. I had to be funny for the first. That was the first comedic role that I had ever had. But a lot of people don't know. I play a lot of serious roles, but I'm really goofy. And they loved it. And then boom, we did that play. I learned his lines too. We did that play. And it went over really well. Boom. Time goes on. I think about a year goes on. I get a call from Vince, and Vince says, hey Marcus, Jay Moss and his wife are doing a play. If you don't know who Jay Moss is, brilliant gospel singer, awards up the wazoo. The man's amazing. Him and his wife. And they're doing a play. And he said, they asked us, do we know somebody that can learn lines in 2 weeks? And he said, I know a guy. Now check this out. Without overthinking too much, without going too crazy, presenting myself professional at all times, and not tripping, that opened up another door for me. And the reason that I'm telling you that is because I booked the room with Vince. When I came and auditioned for his play, I booked the room with him. Even though I booked his play, but I was good enough to him and professional enough to him to where he remembered me for something else. You can book a room and they'll remember you for something else. Don't worry about overthinking about what you should have did and what you shouldn't do. Look, just book the room. Come in and be an amazing talent and an amazing person. That goes a long way. Be an amazing talent and an amazing person to your best of your ability. Don't be nobody else. Don't be nobody else. Be you, because everybody else is taken. So just be you. Just be you. So, and so you book the room, not the job. That means leave an impression, right? You want to make sure that you leave an impression on these people and that they want to work with you again and again and again and again and again. Okay, I said I was going to give y'all 10. All right, I'm going to give y'all 9 and 10 because I love y'all. But before I do that, let's see if we got some comments in the comment section. Yeah, y'all can stick around for these 10. Boom. Okay, D. Jones is a great actor and comedian too. So let me see. Oh boy. Girls named Peaches and Trap. Go D Jones. I don't even. Okay, thank you, D Jones. I will send you the audition trap sheet. Thank you for saying trap twice. Randall, what up, though? I'm here, bro. Hey, Randall, I just spoke you up, man. I didn't say your name. I did say your name, but you here. I appreciate you. Who else we got? Comedian D Jones came back again. Okay, here we go. This was great, my brother. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, cool. So this is just me trying to help push us and go a little further, and I'm going to continue to do so because I know it's helping people. Even if everybody don't come back and say thank you, Marcus, I know it's helping people. 9 and 10. Here we go. Number 9. Well, let's do it like this. You want to focus on those traps because a lot of them are mental, right? And you want to learn how to get out of your head. And one way that you can get out of your head, we talk about overthinking the audition. You don't want to overthink. Let it go. Leave the room. But another one is called, I call it a one speed actor. And this is how you do this. And it can be an in-person, but it's more so with self-tapes. And I said it earlier. Do two takes. 2 takes will save your life. And because you give them what they want, and now you're a little more free and loose to give them the I ain't gonna say your best performance, but a better version of your performance, another version of your performance. And you might turn around and be like, you know what? I like my second one a little better, so I'm gonna send my second one in as a number 1, and then send the number 1 in as a number 2, because you're a little more loose. So do 2 takes. Now in person, you got to earn that second take. In other words, they got to be like, can you do it again, but do this, or I want to see you try it one more time. When they say that, don't automatically think they think you suck. That don't mean that. That means they just want to see what else you got. Or or maybe when they came in looking at the character one way and then you brought something so different, they're like, do it again, because you didn't change my whole outlook. Or if they give you a direction, if a director or casting gives you a direction, that is not a bad thing. Sometimes they just want to see what you got. So that's your second take. Go in there and punch it. That was number 9. Number 10. Here we go. Again, you want to make sure that you know your slate. Now, people don't understand this. A slate is simple. If I was standing, I would stand up in front of the camera or in front of casting, and I would say, hey, my name is Marcus Woods. I'm 5'10". I'm represented by Hall Talent Agency, and my manager is John Thomas Talent. Boom. If they ask from where I'm from, I'll tell them where I'm from. If they ask me am I willing to shave my beard, I'll tell them I'm willing to shave my beard or not. And they ask me, can I work as a local hire? That means, can I work in another state and provide my own way of getting there and my own lounging? And that could be tricky too. Sometimes, if you can, do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't, there's nothing wrong with asking your manager or your representation to say, can you see if they would do travel and lounging? There's nothing wrong with that. And that's not a make or break moment. Sometimes they don't do it because you don't ask, and they keep that money for something else towards the project. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to have your representation ask. Don't you ask, because you might mess yourself up. They got a different whole nother lingo that they talk with where you don't mess yourself up. Those things are just other things that can help you learn what a slate is and do your slates. Know your slate. Be a professional at all times. Look, all I ever want for y'all is to be great. I promise you that's it. It's not about me thinking that I'm better than anybody else. I'm just taking my experiences and I'm sharing it with you. I'm taking what I've learned and I'm sharing it with you because I want you to be great in this business. And it's a ever growing and ever evolving business. Things change. 2 to 3 years from now, acting in the film industry will not be the same. It's changing. We already fighting against AI, trying not to take our spot, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me, because I think it was Timberland. He just started. He got his first signed AI artist, and they just did their first music video together. He was in it. And I'm just like, so it wasn't no real people available at all. Well, no, that's crazy. It's crazy. No real people. No robot. And let me say it like this, because AI and everything now, they probably generating my whole conversation and analyzing it. AI is a great tool. It can help you grow your business. It can help you grow as an actor. It can help you. It helps a lot, but it should never replace you. It should never replace you. I feel like no robot can outact any human that I know personally or that I've seen just on other levels and stuff like that. None. No. They cannot generate I don't care how much emotion we put in it or how much consciousness they trying to put in it. No, give me a human being every single time. But that's what we got to battle with. We battling with AI. Ooh, I got a question. All right. That's a lot of words. Okay. What? Where'd it go? Okay. What about when they ask your age? If I don't tell people my age, they usually guess younger. I'd rather them guess my age. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be straight up with you. You got two options. You can lie or tell the truth. And whatever one you got, I heard Jada Pinkett say this one time. She said, "Whatever one you can sleep with at night, that's the one you say." But no. Honestly, if they ask your age, I'm gonna be real with you. If they ask your age, they want to know it for real. And if you lying, they gonna find out. I'm just being honest with you. So it's going. I'm telling you, some kind of weird way, they gonna find out. Like, oh yeah, you look 25. We found out you 42. You playing, like, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Just tell them if they ask you now. If they don't ask you, don't say nothing. Most people don't ask. They'll look at you and say, okay, you can play at age range. Like, you know, I had a meeting with my my agent, and she asked me what's my age range. She didn't even ask me my age. So I told her my age range, and then which I told her I could play 25 to 40. That's what I said. And she was like, "You don't look 40 to me. You don't like you can play no 40-year-old to me." And I was like, "Well, thank you, ma'am." And then and let's book all them young roles then. Let's get it. But I told her that's my age range. And so she was so, but I'm just saying they normally ask your age range. If they asking your direct age, I think it's okay to tell them. It's okay to tell them because it ain't like they finna be like, "Oh yeah, he's 62." Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't finna blast that on nothing. They're just asking you, and then you just give them what they want. I just had a conversation with a director about a month ago, and they asked me to read a script, and I read the script, and I was looking at the age range of the ages of these characters, and they were a bit younger than me, almost like fresh out of high school, almost like maybe a couple years in college. And I was just like, I said, these characters that they look kind of young, you want me to play in this? And the first thing the director said was, "Don't worry about the age." Sometimes they don't really care like that. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me, don't be afraid to tell them your age. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you. And then you go in there and you just rock that audition and book that role because I know you can. Any more questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, here we go. I hate auditioning. I really appreciate this, man. Let me tell you something. I hate self tapes. I'd rather audition in front of somebody. Self tape and the setting up the lights and the camera and all this jazz. Some people like it because they get to go at their own pace and all that stuff. Man, put me in person. That could be the theater kid in me too. I started in theater, so I'd rather have an audience and rather feel that. Okay, Frank says, is age range good to put on our resume? Not any resumes or any resumes that was requested from me. It's not necessary. It's not. Let your look tell your age range. So that means now, if you want to play like some younger roles and you graying, it's okay to put a little, go on, put that just for men in there and get you, you know what I'm saying? Like mix it up, put it on, do what you got to do if you want to play a certain age range. Trust me. It was Clifton Powell that I heard we was doing My Brother Marvin at the Fisher Theater. And he said, I got to go get my Beijing. He said, I put my Beijing in my hair and I painted on in there and I look younger. The people that we watch on TV are 9 times out of 10, they don't look in real life, they're not as young as they look. You know what I'm saying? That is money and camera work and makeup to make them look how they look. So it's okay to, you know what I'm saying, to do what you got to do so you can work more roles. So no, but you don't have to put your age range on your resume. At least I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that, Frank. Any more? Y'all know I like when y'all say words. But if we ain't go, here we go. Trap, I got you. I'll send it to you. I promise you, I got everybody that say trap on this live because I'm going to check. Don't be trying to come on after the fact. I'm on some trap. I ain't about to be working all hard. But I got you. I'm going to send you in the 10 audition traps to look out for and how to fix them. I got y'all. I promise y'all I got y'all. But yeah, that's what I want for y'all. I just want everybody to be great. And I feel like you can, and I just feel like people just need a little push or they need a little help. And sometimes they're scared to ask. So that's why we got Monologue Monday, so you can ask. But that does not mean that I don't want to see your monologues. Please send the monologues in. And again, I write them. I got a team now that helps me out now that write them. And we write them based off of what you want, what you desire. $25 for a 30-second monologue and $35 for a 60-second monologue. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And it's yours. Once I write it, I no longer and give it to you, you purchase it, it no longer belongs to me. You can do whatever you want to do with it. It is yours. I don't even care if you build a whole story from it. That's you paid for it. It's yours. Do whatever you want to do with it. So, actually, that's probably not a bad idea. You're having a hard time writing the story, starting where to start. I'll write your monologue, and you could build from that monologue. Look at that. I just made a new service. Look at that, just for y'all. So, but yeah, that's what I want, man. I just want y'all to be great, and I want y'all to win. So please just win. Please, if you didn't put trap and you're going back, just go back and watch all these things that I gave you and just keep up with it and go watch all of the episodes. Y'all, I got something cooking for my very last episode, which is going to be episode 21. I ain't going to make Peaches do 100 episodes for no one season. But and I believe it's going to be a good time, and I believe y'all going to enjoy it. And that'll be a great time to sing your monologues in that day. I'm just going to say that. You start sending them in now. And once you send one in, you don't have to just send one. You can send the same one. I'm done. Let me say this. I had Nidra. Nidra is a phenomenal comic, and she's a good actress. She's really, when she works her work, she's really good. But she used to come on Monologue Mondays. I'm talking about every Monday doing the same monologue, and we would tweak it every Monday until finally she would come in and listen to the tips and stuff as well. And she made a whole post about, thank you to Marcus Woods and Monologue Monday. You helped me so much. Boom, boom. So I don't even care if you come in and you send in the same monologue because you're tweaking it each time. I don't care if you want to do a different monologue every time. Y'all, I just want y'all to come out here and be great. People get booked when they do these things. That's the only reason I'm saying do it. So there's no excuse when you be like, oh, I ain't getting no auditions. Don't nobody know. They keep putting the same people in the same mood. Everybody just keep working the same people. Yeah, I get it. And it's like that. Guess what? It's like that in Hollywood too. It's about 5 to 10 to 15, 20 people that only work with each other. And every now and then they'll bring in a couple new faces. That's everywhere you go. But what I'm saying is if you want to stand out, come on. Send the monologue in. We're going to figure out how to do them live in a minute. And I think it's going to be a great time. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be a great time. Did I have another comment? Nope, it was good. Okay, cool. I'm good. Oh, Frank, what do you say? He says, are there any specific skills, dialects, movements, improv, etc., that are in high demand right now? I wouldn't say that there are, but I will tell you this. Be as healthy and fit as you can be. Trust me, I'm not telling you to go out here and eat deer meat like Jonathan Majors was doing. He was out here eating venison like crazy to get that body that he has. And all, I ain't saying do all that. I'm just saying be as fit and healthy as you can be, because that goes a long way. First of all, because you should want to be as fit and healthy as you can be. But then two, God forbid you book something where you got to run. God forbid you book something you got to jump off something. You like, oh, Lord, I ain't ran since COVID. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're going to be in a little trouble. So that's all I would say. but I will say learn new skills. Learn new dialects and accents and learn how to play the guitar, the piano. Take a karate class. Learn new stuff. I did the same. Yeah, you said I did the same monologue for 2 rounds of my auditions, and they told me you did it better the first round. Let me tell you something. That sucks, first of all, that they did that to you. But let me ask you a question now. Wait, before I tell you something. How did you approach it the second time? That's a better question before I had to say what I had to say. Because I was finna rip some people up, but I can't do that because I wasn't in the room. So how did you approach it the second time? Did you walk in saying, I'm going to do it the exact same way? Did you walk in a little more confident the second time and was like, they already love me, which kind of threw your game off a little bit? when they didn't, or like you got to give me some kind like how did you walk in to the best of your memory? How did you walk in there and doing at that time? Because I might have a better answer for you. I would like to know that. I would like to have a better answer for you. But yeah, everybody not gonna like everything you do too. I'm giving you time to type that in there. Everybody not because this art is art, so it's subjective. Some people gonna love it, some people gonna hate it, some people gonna think it's down the middle. Everybody's favorite actor or actress isn't the same person. Everybody's favorite genre isn't the same genre because it's art. All of it is art. So you just remember that too, and don't let that stop you. Which I know you don't, because I'm pretty sure you still auditioning, working, and booking, and all that good stuff. Did you reply yet? Let's see. Not yet. Okay, they type. Okay, we got another one. Let's go, Nikki. Trap. I'm not an actress, but I love great information. Thank you. I got you. And she said, do you have advice for working behind the scenes? I feel like everybody behind the scenes, be it a scripty, be it a sound, be it a director, who wouldn't matter. I feel like you always should take an acting class. I don't care if you're a writer, only because you get a better understanding of what's going on in front of the camera. You have a better understanding of what the actor's mind is going through and how they're trying to process everything. And especially if you're a director and a writer, you'll know how to better communicate with that actor, because that's a skill all in this set too, knowing how to communicate with actors. Believe it or not, everybody ain't a diva or a divo for the guys. Some people just need certain communication, and you learn how to deal with each and every actor differently. So my advice right now, off the top of my head now, Nikki, is to take an acting class. Not nothing crazy, just take a simple acting class. Okay, here we go. The second time I took the notes from my acting class, but they said it was too aggressive the second time. It was Boy Will. Does it say Boy Will? Boy Willie. Oh, Boy Willie August Wilson. Okay. Interesting. So it sounds like you may have interpreted it the notes. It sounds like you may have interpreted the notes another way than what they meant. And maybe you just didn't deliver it the way that they meant in the notes. They said you did it better the first time, which is crazy. But I mean, that's the only thing I can say to that point, is that maybe you misinterpreted. And when I say you, it's not a bad thing. You just interpreted it one way, and they didn't mean it that way, which also is interesting too. But I'm not gonna get into that, because I feel like if you want me to do something, I'm trying my best to do it. I need you to tell me exactly what you want, especially if it's an acting class. Tell me what you want. Now, if you tell me, no, it's not exactly about what I want you to deliver it the way you deliver it, but this is just what I'm suggesting, then that's different. But if you're telling me to deliver it a certain way and I deliver it that way, again, subjective. You might like it, you might not like it, but no big deal. But I think I did see a post from you. I saw a post from you about you just booking something. So congratulations to that. I saw that. Congratulations. Any more comments, questions, concerns? Okay, sweet. Okay, we're good then. We're good. Okay, so y'all know me. I don't like wasting time. We know what we do in this business. Time is everything. So please take everything in. I'm gonna give y'all, because I love y'all. Put trap in there. I'm gonna give y'all 30 minutes while it's up, 20 minutes while it's up, to put trap in there off the live, and I'll send you that. But for the ones that send it live, you're getting it right away. I promise you're getting it right away. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. My time is well spent. In the great words of Denzel Washington, I'll see you at work.